So have you heard that the Champions League final is at the end of the month?
No way.
Yo, Joe, we're rolling, bro.
Oh, we're rolling? Okay. Recently, we've heard that lots of people are calling a tragedy in Verona. Here we got one of the nobles from there to tell us a little bit about what's up.
Hi, I'm Lord Capulet's nephew's brother, second cousin, twice removed, Earl, and I saw a pretty good part of what happened.
So what happened over there? I heard they have some type of feud over there. Am I right?
Yeah. You see, what happened was that this noble from House Montague, Romeo, fell in love with Lord Capulet's daughter, Juliet. But back in Verona, House Capulet and House Montague hated each other.
Ooh, that's wow.
Yeah, and then later, this Romeo dude sneaks into like one of Lord Capulet's parties to meet Juliet.
Whoa. According to some of our sources, that's not actually why Romeo snuck in. Pull it up, Jamie.
Wait, I'm searching this up real quick. Here it says, yeah, he's wrong because Romeo actually snuck in to meet a girl which was named Rosaline. The crazy thing is that Romeo got sidetracked and ended up talking to a girl named Juliet instead.
Oh, thanks, Jamie. Well, after they met each other, Romeo snuck into Capulet's garden and actually confessed his feelings for Juliet.
No way, dude. Did she feel the same way or what?
I don't really know. This whole situation is kind of down low, and they won't really tell me anything else.
Good thing we have another guest to give us some more info. Come in, Friar John.
Greetings. It's nice to be on this podcast, especially after this whole tragedy. Thank you.
So, Friar John, how were you involved in this whole fiasco and everything?
So I was one of Friar Lawrence's acquaintances. He was the moral guide that helped Romeo and Juliet through the whole process.
Oh, that's cool. So, do you know how Juliet felt that day?
Yeah, Juliet had actually felt the same way, and they had both decided there to get married.
Whoa. There's a big piece we're missing.
What is it, Jamie?
While this whole thing was happening, Capulet was talking with Paris about marrying Juliet to him.
Paris? No way. Really? So did Juliet find Paris attractive or did he like him at all?
Well, actually, what happened is that Julie and Romeo were already married by this point, so she wasn't feeling anything for Paris.
Wait, really? They already got married by this point? What happened?
So after Romeo and Juliet had talked in the gardens, Romeo went to go talk to Friar Lawrence because he wanted to get married. Except Friar Lawrence was like, no, it's going too fast and you shouldn't do it.
How come Friar Lawrence ended up marrying them if he was spectacle of their love and all that?
So the reason Friar Lawrence ended up marrying them is because he thought if they both got married, it would end the feud between the Montagues and the Capulets.
So is it true by then that Paris was already promised to Juliet by Lord Capulet?
Yeah, that's true. They were gonna get married. But actually, after the funeral, the stuff got moved from Thursday to Wednesday because they're all lined up. Oh wait, I didn't tell you about the funeral. So what happened was that after the party of where Romeo met Juliet, Tybalt got really mad that Romeo was in his house, so he sent a letter to him challenging him to a duel, and Mercutio was the one that actually found the letter first. So he kind of fought. He went to go talk with Tybalt, and they ended up fighting. And Tybalt stabbed Mercutio, and Romeo, out of anger, started fighting with Tybalt and stabbed Tybalt. And that's what happened.
What? So after that, what happened to Romeo?
Well, what happened to Romeo was that the prince found out that they fought, and both houses were arguing a lot, and they both wanted justice. And the Capulet house actually wanted to kill Romeo, wanted him killed, but instead the prince said that Romeo's just going to be exiled because Mercutio killing Tybalt and then and Tybalt killing Mercutio and then Romeo killing Tybalt kind of evened out, so all they could do was what was most fair is banish him.
So now that Romeo is banished, how is Julia taking it? What's going on her side?
So after Juliet heard about Romeo being banished, she went over to Friar Lawrence to seek advice on what to do. After all, apart from Romeo being banished, she also had to deal with the whole Paris situation. And that's when Friar Lawrence gave Juliet a interesting idea.
So what was Friar Lawrence's plan? Like, what was he plotting?
The plan Friar Lawrence had was to give Juliet a potion that would make it seem as if she had died. This whole potion was, she was supposed to take the night before the wedding, which had been moved to Wednesday.
Oh, that's very interesting. Can we like talk about the day of the tragedy? Like what happened that day?
So what happened to let's start with Romeo. What happened to Romeo on the day of the tragedy was after he found out that Juliet had been dead and Friar Lawrence hadn't been able to send out a message in time to let Romeo know about the whole plan. Romeo thought that Juliet was actually dead. So what he did is he went out and bought some poison, and he was gonna poison himself in the in the monument where Juliet was buried.
On Juliet's side, the Friar Lawrence had actually failed to get the message out because he had sent me to go get it, but since I had been in contact, or like just in general near Juliet's body, Mantua had basically closed. We had been quarantined. So I couldn't get the message out in time, and disappointingly, Romeo thought that Juliet had actually died.
Okay, so during when Romeo was gonna go to Juliet's monument to kill himself there with Juliet, he ran into Paris and they got into an altercation and they started fighting, and Romeo killed Paris actually. And the servant that was with Paris saw everything and called over the guards, and when they got there, Romeo was already dead with Juliet, but Juliet was out of her tomb. And that's because when Romeo had killed himself, it was only about maybe 30 seconds a minute before Juliet's potion had worn off. So she woke up and she saw Romeo there, and she just couldn't take it, so she took a knife and killed herself there. And Friar Lawrence walked in, and that's when he told Friar John the whole thing, and that's when the whole news spread out.
Oh man, that's a horrible tragedy.
Yo, Joe, we're running out of time.
Oh, we're running out of time? Oh well, it was a pleasure to meet you both, and thank you for your time, but I know you guys are busy, and well, that's the end of it. That's the Joe Rogan podcast.
Joe Rogan podcast, check it out.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night.